So that's why 250 going down to 200 for utilities on a monthly basis. Internet, okay, we pay a stupid amount for internet. We pay $116 and some cents for internet. It just says 117 here because I rounded. But we have an issue that I really need to get on top of, which is that this is not what we're supposed to be paying for internet. We got a deal. It was supposed to be like $90 a month for good internet. And for some reason, we're paying extra. So I need to call them. We've been paying this for like several months now. I just need to get on it because it is not acceptable for me to be overpaying on internet when I do not have a job to be paying for it. Next on our list is gasoline. We actually don't spend a lot on gasoline. I budgeted $20, but even that, like, pretty high because we don't go anywhere. We're working from home right now. Even if we were working in the office, or at least for my partner, he works in New York City, so it's not like he's driving to work. So very low spend on gasoline. Next regular expense that I think we'll have every month is cell phone bill, and this is about $105, and that is actually just my partner. I'm actually still on my family's phone plan, which is kind of sad because I'm going to be 40 soon and I'm still on my family's plan. So, sorry parents, I need to really get off your phone plan. Next on the list is dining out, and I have budgeted $150 for that. Dining out includes dining out, obviously, but also takeout. We have not gone to a restaurant to eat in like a good 2 years maybe because of the pandemic, but we do like to treat ourselves to takeout from restaurants every once in a while, so that's going to be $150. Next is commute. So this is one that I had a really hard time forecasting. The reason being, there's just been so much change in terms of how much we commute. So initially, before the pandemic, both me and my partner were commuting into New York City, and we live just outside of the city, so it's not like a huge cost. It's not like people who live like all the way out in like the far suburbs, but it's still like a substantial amount of spend. However, because of the pandemic, we have not been working in the office. My partner did go back into the office for a while, so he was commuting in a few times a week, not 5 days a week, but like 2 to 3 days a week. And so it's hard to forecast. Like when there's like a 5-day return to office schedule, I think that this number is going to go up. But right now it's actually closer to zero because neither of us are going anywhere. So I've just kept it at $275 just to capture kind of, on average what we could expect to spend on a monthly basis. I don't know. This might change a lot. Again, this budget will be updated as things change. And then the final thing that I have as a regular expense is car insurance and car maintenance. And, this is just something that comes with the territory of owning a vehicle, unfortunately. And I do need to budget that in for every month. So if you add all that together for the grand total, we're spending about just over 3/4 of our income on these regular expenses, which is so depressing. I was hoping for that number to be a little lower, or a lot lower is fine too. But I will work with this, and I know that our finances are a work in progress. Okay, so going down to the next section, which is sinking funds, and let me just maximize my spreadsheet so that I can see a little bit better. Okay, so in terms of sinking funds, sorry about that. I am filming on my webcam and it turned off a little bit because I hadn't touched my computer in a while, so it went to sleep. So, planned expenses. I budgeted $200 for each of me and my partner to spend on just any sort of personal expenses we want. I think that's really important to have in a budget. I don't think it's sustainable for us to stick to a budget if there's no wiggle room to buy things. So for me, that's going to be like, I don't know what are things I spend things on. Well, okay, I love arts and crafts. I will just tell you right now, I freaking love arts and crafts. So that's what I would be spending my $200 on. I love like sentimental things like matching pajamas and things like that. So that's what I would be spending money on. My partner loves building computers and like all sorts of technical things like that. So that's what he would be spending his money on. So $200 a month per person. Of course, this is a sinking fund, which means if one month I don't spend anything on hot glue guns or like craft materials, then that rolls into the next month for me to continue to use. And same with my partner. And it makes a lot more sense for him because his hobbies are like high cost. Like building a computer is really expensive, but he doesn't build a computer every month. So, like after 2 or 3 months, he'll have $400, $600 like in his account, in his personal spending account, and eventually it'll be enough to buy a whole computer's worth of parts. So that is the logic for that. Next sinking fund is parking registration, which we pay for annually. So I decided to save for it monthly through a sinking fund, and that is going to be about $42 a month. Next one that I have is a huge one, and that is furniture. So we are hoping to buy some good furniture that we can keep for a while. As working professionals who have spent a lot of our lives in the office, we really did not invest in great furniture. Like the desk I'm sitting on right now is like peeling and falling apart. So we made it a goal to save about $5,000 so that we can buy some good furniture for ourselves. So mostly we're thinking like we need some step stools. Sorry, not step stools. What am I talking about? Some bar stools. We don't even have a kitchen table, so that's something to think about. Although I'm okay with not having a kitchen table, but I can talk about that later for a different video. We definitely need like rugs because we don't have rugs and we need them. So budgeting $5,000 on just investment furniture. So that is something that we're going to be saving for, and I'm so excited for that. Next item, household durables. So I budgeted about $100 saving a month for that, for a total of $1,200. Household durables are kind of those things that you buy once, like, so not like toilet paper, but things like, say like a tool box sort of thing. I think that's something that we need. We need somewhere to keep all of our tools because they're just kind of floating around right now. So things like that. I think there are quite a few things that we need to buy in terms of household durables. We need like a new towel rack, and we might as well replace other towel racks while we're at it. So that's why we're saving about $1,200 this year for household durables. Next item is gifting and charity. Now, we're not in a position right now where we can be spending a lot on gifting and charity, but it is something that's important to us, especially for me. Gifting to our educational institutions that have meaning to us is really important to me. So even though we can't really afford to be giving a lot right now, I think we can budget $50 a month for a total of about $600 to be giving to the charities that we care about. And this is something that we hope to increase over time.